Today we'll be showing you how to get all 4 elemental sword wonder weapons, how to upgrade them, and how to get their incantations on the new zombies map, Rick de Morty. To get started, make your way up to the cannon, crank that thing, and fire your way through the main door of the castle. From there, go ahead and open up the door to the left of the main staircase and follow the objective marker till you make it to a room with a storage container. Once there, break off the 3 locks on the container and take on the doppelgas. Once you've defeated that, it'll drop a blood Ethereum crystal. Pick that up, bring it to the portal, and you should activate Pack-a-Punch. Once Pack-a-Punch is activated, you can go ahead and circle back near where we first entered the castle and open up the door into the sword statue room. We'll be coming back to this area a lot, so just remember this is the room with Vulture Aid and the Cuck Chair. But we need to wait until round 10 to get our first sword, so in the meantime, go ahead and make your way down to the basement and speak to Dr. Kraft. This geriatric freak's gonna do his best Enderman impression, but try not to let that bother you too much. Just try to kill some time until you get to round 10. Once you make it to round 10, kill zombies like normal, but keep an eye out for one specific zombie that has a Crusader helmet on. Go ahead and take this zombie out like normal, but make sure you're keeping an eye out for his special little stamp. This item is required to get the base versions of each sword, so make sure you pick it up and bring it back to the sword statue room. Once there, walk up and hold down your interact key on the statue of your choosing and grab the sword from the statue. You'll have to repeat this stamp step for each elemental sword. So for the next few rounds, keep an eye out for any more buckethead zombies and the stamps that they drop. Now moving on to the swords, we'll be starting with the light elemental sword, which is the Lion Bastard sword. Right when you pick this one up, there will be a few parasites that spawn that have a glowing effect around them. Now, it's very important that you don't take them all out right away. For now, just kill one with your lion sword, and if you did it right, your blade should be glowing. Now that your sword is glowing, make your way over to Speed Cola to start the next step. Once there, head on down the ramp nearby, and on the right should be a door with a golden lion face on it. And just melee the door with your glowing sword, and you'll see a symbol appear on it. To get your sword to glow again, just find another glowing parasite, take it out with it, bring it back to the door, and smack it. I really recommend taking your time when you're trying to kill these glowing parasites, making sure they are separated from each other so you don't accidentally take too many out with one swing. But if you do accidentally kill too many of these glowing parasites, it's no big deal. You'll just have to advance the round to get some more to spawn in. You'll just have to repeat this step until you get 4 symbols to appear on the door, and once you do, go ahead and use your interact button to enter the Diddy room. Head down the steps and then go ahead and slide that bad boy into the pillar. After doing this, 4 symbols will fly out of the pillar, and you just need to match whichever one is glowing on the base of the pillar. And from my experience, the order of the symbols is always the same. So the first one you want to look for is the circle with the dot in the middle. I like to call this one the nipple. Next one is the snowflake. Then you want to find the fish bones. And lastly, shoot the Pokeball. This sword upgrade is a piece of cake. Just take that extra second to make sure you're shooting the right symbol, and be aware that zombies can spawn in this area. Once completed, your lion sword will be fully upgraded. And again, if you mess up during the symbol step, don't worry. You just have to wait until the next round to go ahead and try it again. Now to get the light elemental incantation, head on back to the sword statue room. Just above the Vulture Aid machine, there will be a nice little red crystal. Go ahead and shoot that with your weapon, and a laser will come out of it. Shoot it until the red laser coming out of it is solid and has made contact with another red crystal. For each of these red crystals, you'll have to shoot them a few times until the laser is lined up to reflect down to the next one in the sequence. And if you're having trouble getting the laser to reflect to the next crystal, I found it easier to position yourself in the direction that the laser is trying to go to get the crystal to move. Repeat this step until the laser has shined all the way through the library onto the marble statue on the table. This will spawn in the ritual item, the Paladin's Brooch. Go ahead and pick that up and head on back to the sword statue room. Near the graffiti of the lion, a yellow symbol will appear on the ground. Go ahead and place your brooch there. This will spawn in some zombies, so take them out until the ritual is complete and a box will show up. All you got to do is melee that with your sword and you can grab your incantation. Now let's move on to the fire elemental dragon sword. Now before getting into the setup for this one, I really recommend that you get stamina up and jug. These 2 perks are almost a necessity for getting the upgrade step done. Once you have those, make your way to the entrance of the castle and place your sword sword into the dragon pedestal. And before starting this upgrade step, try to make sure that you have as little zombies in the round as possible because it'll just make this so much easier. Now make your way up the castle wall towards the cannon and you'll see a dragon-shaped cauldron that is lit on fire. Once you interact with it, you're going to light yourself on fire, but you will get an insane movement speed boost. So just run on back to the dragon pillar with your sword and give the fire to it. Our next fire cauldron is going to be down by the horse stables in between Deadshot and Spawn. We're going to do the same thing with this fire cauldron. Go ahead and interact with it and run back to the sword, but be very careful not to get hit on your way back. Just one hit from a zombie or one wrong turn can leave you knocked, so if you feel like you're about to go down, you can just go ahead and drop the fire and restart the step. Once that's done, our last fire cauldron is all the way back in Spawn near the rampage inducer. Again, I really recommend doing this with little to no zombies in the round because this run leaves little room for error. But once you make your way all the way back to the sword like so, it should be fully upgraded. Now to unlock the fire incantation, go ahead and make your way over to a crafting table and grab either Molotovs or thermal grenades. Then head on over to the castle wall, and just above where the elemental pop machine is, there will be a stack of wood there. Use your molly or thermal grenade to catch it on fire, and when done right, fireballs will come flying out of it as well as zombies spawn. Go ahead and take them out, and once you're done, move on over in front of the cannon facing the castle, and on the platform above the main door will be your next stack of wood. Once you got that knocked out, go ahead and move on over to the other side of the wall and open up this barrier. Once the barrier is gone, you'll be able to see the final stack of wood on the cliff side just outside of it. Do the same thing for this one, but be aware for your final stack of wood, a doppelgast will spawn. Once you kill it, don't forget to pick up its ritual item. There will be a symbol on the ground between the wall and the entrance to the castle. Go ahead and place the ritual item there and take out the zombies that spawn. Once you take them all out, a chest will spawn. Go ahead and hit that with your upgraded fire sword and you will get your fire incantation. Next, let's go ahead and upgrade the Void Elemental Raven Sword. First, you want to head into the library next to the sword statue room and you're looking for an antiquity. This can be one of 6 different items placed throughout the library, either on the shelves or on the table, but basically what you're looking for is a fossil-looking item on a wood base. Once you've found and picked it up, head on over to the Pack-a-Punch room. Make sure you have a bullet weapon out and then go ahead and use the sewer fast travel. Once you get close to the end of the slide, be ready to shoot because in this opening on the right side, sitting on the rock, is a raven. Go ahead and shoot it and stay ready to keep shooting because once you turn the corner and get out of the sewer, the raven will be flying away. You need to take him out of the air. Once you're done sending his ass to bird heaven, make sure you keep an eye on that little purple light that falls from him. Follow it to the ground and go ahead and pick up the ritual item. Now hang on to that for a little bit. We'll be using that once we work on getting the incantation, but for now, head on to the basement of the tavern. Now before we start this next step, really make sure that you have as little zombies in your round as possible, or if you have the timeout or idolized gobblegum, it'll just make this a breeze. Once that's taken care of, go ahead and interact with this dial on the wall and you'll place your antiquity in the middle and then interact with it again and you will place your sword in it. Now really take a good look at the item that you have placed in the middle of this dial because that's going to determine what zodiac symbols and what triangle you need to set the dial to. In this example, I have the lower jaw fossil, so that means I need to take the Leo symbol and I need the triangle that's pointing upward. If you're having issues with this puzzle, I'll have a link in the pinned comment down below to a puzzle solver that will help you get exactly what you need to get through this step. Shout out to TC Noco for creating this puzzle solver and posting it on the zombies subreddit. And really quick, I'll just show each item and the symbols you need to complete this step here on screen. Once you complete this step, a rift will open up in the floor. Go ahead and stand behind it and orbs will come out of the dial that we just completed. These orbs will follow you around, so you want to put the rift that just opened up in the floor between you and the orbs. Once a few of these orbs have entered the rift will move to the next floor of the tavern, follow it up there and repeat the same process. And it'll move one more time to the very top floor of the tavern, and once that is done, follow it back down to the basement and interact with it. And keep in mind, this part of the upgrade is on a unofficial timer, so if you don't get it done in the allotted time that it gives you, you will have to redo it the next round. This is why I really recommend having little to no zombies when doing this step, or having a gobblegum that completely takes them out of the picture. But once done correctly, you will have your fully upgraded Raven sword. Now to get the Void Incant, make your way down underneath the castle in the room just before Pack-a-Punch. A symbol will appear on the ground. Go ahead and place your Raven Claw there. Kill all the zombies that spawn, and when it's complete, a chest will spawn. Slap it open with your fully upgraded Raven sword, and you'll be able to use your Void Incantation. And finally, let's upgrade the Stag Lightning sword. To do this, we need to collect 3 lightning rods. The first will be by the Deadshot machine sitting next to these boxes. The next one requires you to have a weapon with the Deadwire ammo mod on it. Bring that weapon over near Speed Cola, and over on this wall there will be an electrical box. Shoot that with your Deadwire weapon, and the antenna on the roof will drop your lightning rod. For your last lightning rod, make your way to the basement of the castle near Quick Revive. In here, a armored zombie will spawn with the lightning rod stuck to him. Go ahead and kill him and pick the lightning rod up. Once you have all 3 lightning rods, make your way over to the castle wall near Elemental Pop. There'll be a little pot near the edge of the wall. Place all 3 of your lightning rods in there. Once placed, a storm will start right above you. Make sure you stay inside of this storm until lightning strikes your sword. Once lightning has finally struck your sword, make your way over the pot and melee it. Repeat the process of walking around in the storm, waiting for lightning to hit it, then hitting the pot until it stops spinning and the storm goes away. Once the pot has stopped spinning and the storm has gone away, you can place your sword into the pot, giving you your fully upgraded lightning sword. To get your lightning incantation, head on down to the horse stable right next to Deadshot. Head on into the horse stable, turn around and look above the entryway and shoot down the horseshoe stuck up on the wall. Pick that up and make your way back to the castle wall and send yourself flying through the cannon. Once you've landed, look around in the air for a storm cloud and then head on over to it. At the bottom of this storm cloud will be the Pegasus horseshoe. Bring that over to spawn. Will there be a symbol on the ground? Go ahead and place it there and fill up its soul box. Once that's all done, a crate will spawn in. Go ahead and hit that with your fully upgraded lightning sword, and now you can use your lightning incantation. And that about does it for all the elemental swords and the incantation. So thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.